You want me to dig into it? I'll dig into it.
I'm here with Officer Daniels, aka Justin. He's amassed millions of followers across social media, creating satire law enforcement videos.
Dad? Why?
He's also the director of marketing, or excuse me, the director of humanizing the badge and founder of 21 Pineapples Shirt Company. They sell shirts like that and also dope Hawaiian shirts that are changing the way others perceive people with Down syndrome, which I love. So thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Officer Daniels, you've had a lot of success amassing a lot of followers and quitting your day job as a police officer to do social media full time. And so outside looking in, I'm sure a lot of people are like, wow, I want to be just like him. And obviously you're someone to aspire to be like. But at the same time, I have a question to ask you if you could be so vulnerable and telling me, is there a period in your life where things weren't necessarily okay?
Not too long ago, I found myself in a position where I would take some stressors, things that I ultimately could control but wasn't, and just uh, suppressing them, and then letting some stressors in my life that I couldn't control also, influence what I was doing in my life. So I got to a point where I was really stressed out and kind of depressed with everything going on, and with social media,
Yeah.
you can kind of put a happy face on for a few minutes for a story or for a video, but that doesn't mean somebody's not struggling. You see what people allow you to see on social media. So I enjoy gambling, and unfortunately, I used that to cope with everything that I had going on in my life, and it put me in a position to where I was about to lose my house.
Hmm.
So here I am, somebody who's making crazy money from doing something on the internet, making more money than I ever had before, and I couldn't pay my bills because I was gambling was my escapism. It was my way to keep my mind off of things that were bothering me. It just spiraled out of control, and I would you know uh, wouldn't have any money to pay my bills.
So what did it take to kind of get through that? What did it take to recognize what was going on, how it was impacting you, and ultimately, make some changes to kind of get back on the saddle?
There was, I think, three contributing factors. One, I started looking at myself in the mirror for real, and basically talking to myself and be like, "What are you doing, dude?
Hmm.
What are you doing?" And with the nonprofit humanizing the badge, we have a sister nonprofit called Call for Backup, and I'm pretty vocal about telling people to ask for help, get help. It's okay to not be okay. And then when I realized I wasn't okay, and when I was in a spot to where I was going to lose my house, you know, um, I decided to practice what I preached. And instead of trying to be a big macho man and say, "You'll figure this out like you always have," I spoke up and I told people that I trusted, and people who I knew would be there for me and encourage me and kind of guide me. And I said, "This is what's going on." And then the last thing I did was I gave it to God.
So you went through this. You got some help. You talked to some trusted people. Um, when you look back on it, I know it's still pretty raw, but when you look back on it now, what would you say that you've learned?
I think the biggest thing for me, I know it's not going to resonate with everybody, but um, it took me I was a bigger man asking for help than making the decision not to speak up and try and do this on my own.
Yeah.
There was, it takes a lot more courage to to admit your faults and say you're not okay and get some help. And
Is it true that you recently had a rib injury from riding a mechanical bull?
yes,
What happened?
I've been on this diet and I hadn't been drinking alcohol at all. So I had an appearance in Arkansas for a law enforcement appreciation night. I made the decision to, skip my healthy decisions for the night and have a few drinks. And
Look where that led you, man.
yeah, I got dared to get on the bull with another person, and that was the ultimate factor in what hurt me, because that person fell on top of me, and and broke my ribs.
Well, stop talking to us and go to the doctor, get some rest or whatever. But yeah, man, I really appreciate your time. This was really meaningful, and I hope we can stay connected too. And anything we can do to support you, let us know. And you're supporting us by doing this. So check out 21 Pineapples, Officer Daniels. He is in the house, and yeah, he is bringing good vibes to the nation when we need him most. And he is also very human as well. So thank you, brother. Have a great one.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you.